Let's go ahead and get started. Thank you for joining me in today's ABATAC class. We have 6 exercises today, 3 rounds, 1 set per exercise. First round will be 35 seconds of work, 25 seconds of rest. Second round will be 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. And then that third and final round will be 45 and 15. So I will go ahead and demo our 6 exercises. We will start laying on our backs, legs bent, feet in the air. We're gonna do a leg extension. As you extend out, you know what I'm gonna say, keep that pelvic tilt, lower back nice and flat to the ground, and then you're tucking those knees in, lifting the hips slightly off the ground into that reverse crunch, and then back out into that leg extension. Then we will bring our legs in, feet flat. We are coming up into a bridge position, staying in this bridge position. See how my body is a nice straight line. I'm not overextended where I'm starting to arch my back. Nice and aligned. Your arms will be over your head, and you will alternate tucking the knees in, coming into this bridge crunch. Now, as you lift up a leg, you should still be keeping your hips at the same level. I don't want you to lift and have your hip start to sink on one side. You're going to keep it up. And again, if you have a weight or a water bottle, you can hold that in your hands as you crunch into that bridge crunch. And then we will be turning it over, coming into a bear position, starting on your hands and knees. Knees right underneath those hips, hands right underneath your shoulders, bringing those knees just gently or slightly off the ground, and you're just going to step it back into that high plank and then bring it back in. We're coming from that bear to high plank position, shoulders always staying over your hands, hips staying down, not raising them in the air. Then we will flip it back over for a knee to toe touch. So you're laying on your back, legs are bent, hands are by your head. You're gonna bring in your knee and opposite elbow so that whichever side your elbow is on, that shoulder blade is coming off the ground, laying back down, extending that leg and coming up for that toe touch. And then you're switching sides with each rep after you've done a knee and a toe touch. And then we will be keeping our legs bent, feet flat, feet in the air, legs bent is what I meant. We're gonna come up for that heel tap, shoulder blades off the ground, lay back down, pelvic tilt, slowly and in control, lowering those toes till they tap the floor, and then raising it back up into that heel tap. And then our final exercise, coming into an elbow plank. So we are on our forearms, knees up, lower back's not caving, butt is not in the air. We have plank, hip dips, swinging those hips side to side, stopping right before they touch the ground, and then bringing them over to that other side. So we will go ahead and get started with our reverse crunch 2 leg extension. We are starting on our backs, legs in the air and bent. Our first round is 35 seconds of work, 25 seconds of rest. Go ahead, come down into position. Awesome. Everyone is ready. We are starting in 3, 2, 1. Extend those legs out. Tuck the knees in, lifting your hips off the ground. We are working on our lower core right now, making sure as you extend out, that lower back stays flat to the ground. 10 seconds. And then we're coming into that bridge crunch. Go ahead and rest. Bring the feet in, bend those legs If you have a weight, feel free to hold that in your hands over your head. We're gonna lift our hips up, hold to that bridge position the entire time as we crunch. We will get started. Hips up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips up. Step 1, knee in as you crunch. Now we're working on our upper core. Keep those hips up, nice and level. 10 more seconds. Go ahead and rest. Turn it over. We're coming into a bear position. So hands and knees, hands under those shoulders, knees under your hips. We're gonna bring our knees a couple inches off the ground, and then we'll step it back into that high plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees up, step it back, and then step it back in. Now engaging our entire core. Keep your butt down, shoulders over those hands. A little over 10 seconds to go, and then we're gonna flip it over for that knee to toe touch. Go ahead and rest. Turn it over. Legs bent, feet flat on the floor, hands by your head. We're gonna bring in knee to opposite elbow, and then come back down, extend that leg, and bring hands to touch the toe. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So legs are bent to that knee, and then extended to touch the toe, and then you're switching sides. Less than 10. Go ahead and rest. Keep those legs bent, but we're gonna bring them in the air now. We're swinging our hands around, lifting our shoulder blades up, touch our heels, come back down, keep that pelvic tilt, lowering those toes to the floor, nice simple tap, and then raising it back up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're up, laying down, lowering those toes, keeping your legs bent. You're just dropping them down as you maintain pelvic tilt, resisting that urge to arch your back. More than halfway through this set. We're gonna flip it over for that plank hip dip after this. Go ahead and rest. Turn it over. We're gonna come into an elbow plank, and then we're gonna drop our hips side to side, stopping right before they touch the ground. 10 seconds, bring it down in position. 4, 3, 2, 1, knees up. Keep your hips down. Working our obliques so that we really hit every part of the core in this workout. Ten seconds. Go ahead and rest. Turn it over. Reverse crunch to our leg extension. So legs bent, feet in the air. We're gonna extend it out and then tuck the knees in, slightly lifting our hips off the ground. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend it out, tuck it in. In this second round, we're adding 5 seconds to the work, taking away 5 seconds from the rest. So 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. Go ahead and rest. Bring the feet in. We're coming into this bridge position and then crunching, trying to lift our shoulder blades off the ground. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the hips up. Tuck one knee in as you crunch. You can have a weight in your hands as that added option. Keep those hips up nice and level. Two, one, go ahead and rest. Let's flip it over. Coming into this bear position, hands and knees. Getting started, 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees up, step it back, and then back into that bear, and out into that high plank. Keeping the hips down, shoulders over your hands. Halfway there. Then we'll flip it back over for that knee to toe touch. Try and keep those knees as close to the ground as you can when you step into that bear. Go ahead and rest. Flip it over. We are starting on our backs, legs bent, feet flat, hands by your head, knee to toe touch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Always making sure that one shoulder blade is coming off the ground. Five more seconds. Go ahead and rest. Staying on our backs, we're gonna keep our legs bent, but just bring those feet in the air. Heel tap to toe tap. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap the heels, shoulder blades off, and then bringing it down, lower back, nice and flat. We have 10 seconds. Go ahead and rest. Let's turn it over. We're coming into that elbow plank with the hip dips. 10 seconds. Bring it down. In position, knees up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and start. Keeping those hips down. Stopping right before your hip touches the ground. "15 seconds remaining. Go ahead and rest. Turn it over. Our final round. 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, starting with this reverse lunge into a reverse crunch into leg extension. 3, 2, 1. Extend it out. Tuck the knees in, hips off the ground. Engaging that lower core. More than halfway there. Our final time doing this exercise. Go ahead and rest. Bring those feet in, legs bent, bridge crunch, lifting our hips up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips up. Alternate, tucking those knees in. Keeping those hips nice and level the entire time. Squeezing those glutes while we stay in this bridge position. 10 seconds remaining. Go ahead and rest and turn it over. We're coming into that bear position, hands and knees, a couple inches off the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees up. Slowly step it back and then back in. As you step it back in, you're really trying to keep those knees as close to the ground as you can. Keep those shoulders over your hands, hips down. We have 20 seconds remaining, more than halfway through this set, and it's our final time doing this exercise. Keep the core strong. 5 seconds. Go ahead and rest. Turn it over. Knee to toe touch. Legs bent, feet flat. Hands by your head. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's start lifting shoulder blade completely off the ground. Knee to opposite elbow. Then foot to opposite hand. We have less than 15 seconds. Keep it moving. Go ahead and rest. Keep those legs bent. We're just going to bring our feet into the air for a heel tap to toe tap. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swing it up. Shoulder blades off the ground. And then lowering those toes down. Lower back, nice and flat. Press to the floor the entire time. Not letting your back arch. Really what's going to engage your core muscles. Less than 10, and then we're flipping it over. 2, 1, flip it over. Elbow plank, hip dips, our final exercise, final set, 45 seconds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, knees up. Swing it side to side, stopping right before those hips touch the ground. Working our obliques, hitting every part of the core with this movement. "15 seconds. Two, 1, go ahead and rest. Whew. Grab some water, towel off if you need to. We will get into a little bit of stretching right after this, just to cool you down. Okay, we will start today on our back for our stretching with our legs extended and our arms out by our sides. We're going to pick that right leg straight in the air and bring it across and over that left side. Try and reach your left hand if you can. And then we're going to look over our right shoulder so that we can keep both our shoulder blades on the ground. Three, 2, 1. Bring that right leg back. And now we're going to switch sides, left leg coming over the right side, looking over your left shoulder now. Focusing on your breathing, deep inhale through the nose, and then exhaling out through your mouth. Three, 2, 1. Go ahead, bring that left leg back. And we are going to just roll over onto our stomach, keeping our legs extended, arms out by your side still. You're going to press or bring that right hand in next towards your chest and press up off the floor, bending that right leg behind the left leg and just laying on your left shoulder, stretching that shoulder out. Three, 2, 1. Roll it back onto your stomach. Right arm out, left hand in. Press on up, bringing that left leg bent behind the right leg, which is still extended. And then go ahead and just lay on that right shoulder, stretch it out. Three, two, one. Bring it back onto your stomach. Keep your left hand where it is. Bring that right hand into your chest now, and go ahead and press on up into upward dog, looking to the sky. We're going to take a nice big inhale through our nose. And then we are going to exhale and bring it back into a child's pose position. So arms extended, hips resting on your heels, forehead down, chin to chest, opening up your lower back. We are going to our hands over towards the left. Get that stretch going in your right upper back. And then walk your hands over towards the right. Stretching the left upper back now. And then go ahead, bring your hands back center. We are going to push our hips forward and step that right foot next to your right hand, coming into a left hip flexor stretch. Leaning into it. And then we're going to pick our right hand up off the ground, twist towards our right, bringing that right arm straight in the air. And then go ahead, bring that right arm back down, hand on the floor. We are going to kick that left leg into the air, reach for your left ankle with your left hand, keeping that right hand on the ground to support you. You should be feeling a stretch in your left quad. If you don't, just pull that ankle a little closer towards you until you start to. Three, two, one. Go ahead, release that left leg back to the floor. Step that right foot back. We're going to switch sides. So left foot's coming forward now into right hip flexor, just leaning into it. And then we're going to pick that left hand up off the ground, twist to the left, doing the same flow, just on the opposite side now. And then go ahead, bring that left hand back down to the floor, staying on that left hand. You're kicking that right foot up, reaching for the ankle with your right hand into this quad stretch. Three, two, one. Go ahead, release that right foot, bring it back down, step that left foot back, and then walk your hands back into your knees. We're coming up into a high kneel. Bring that right arm behind your back into a tricep stretch. you're pulling on that right elbow. And then we're going to just lean it over towards the left. Three, two, one, back up and switch sides. Left arm behind the back, holding on to that elbow. And then leaning it over towards the right. And then we're going to bring it back center. Go ahead, release. We're going to take one final inhale through our nose. And then exhaling it. You can go ahead, sit on back. That is all I have for class today, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I'll see you guys next time. As always,